My name is Margaret. I am 106 years old, and I still wake up every morning with a small appetite and a curious mind. When people reach my age, others start looking at them like a puzzle. What did you do right? What's the secret? What should we all be eating? They expect me to reveal some magical ingredient, but the truth is much quieter than that. I didn't follow every health trend that came along. In fact, there were certain healthy foods that everyone praised over the years, foods I never fully trusted. Not because I was stubborn, because I paid attention. I watched how people felt after eating certain things. I listened to my body long before nutrition became a science people argued about on television. The first healthy food I never trusted was fruit juice. Now, don't misunderstand me. I love fruit. Apples, berries, oranges fresh from the market when I was younger. But juice always felt different. When I was in my 40s, people started talking about orange juice like it was medicine. A glass every morning, vitamins, energy. But I noticed something simple. When you drink fruit instead of eating it, you swallow far more sugar than you realize. A glass of juice can contain the sweetness of several pieces of fruit, but none of the fullness. I watched neighbors drink juice all morning and feel hungry again an hour later. My body told me something similar. When I ate an apple, I felt satisfied. When I drank juice, I felt jittery and then strangely tired. So I stopped buying juice. I ate fruit instead. Whole fruit asks your body to work a little. Juice rushes through you. That difference mattered to me. The second healthy food I never fully trusted was low-fat packaged snacks. In the 1980s and 1990s, everything suddenly became low-fat. Cookies, yogurts, crackers. The packages were cheerful and convincing. Fat was the villain of the decade. But I remember reading the labels one afternoon and noticing something strange. When they removed the fat, they replaced it with sugar, lots of it. Food that once tasted rich and natural began tasting artificially sweet. I didn't have a medical explanation at the time. I just had instinct. I would rather eat a small portion of real food than a large portion of something altered. So I kept cooking the way my mother had. Eggs with butter, bread from a bakery, yogurt plain, not flavored like dessert. Moderation made more sense to me than substitution. The third healthy food I always questioned was vegetable oils that suddenly appeared everywhere. Corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil. They were promoted as modern improvements over the butter and lard people had used for generations. But I noticed something about these oils. They were everywhere. Every packaged food seemed to contain them, and they were incredibly easy to overuse. When something becomes invisible in your diet, you stop noticing how much of it you consume. I continued using simple fats, mostly butter or olive oil, not in excess, just enough to cook. Food prepared that way felt stable, predictable. My digestion stayed calm. The fourth food I never trusted was breakfast cereal, marketed as health food. Some of those cereal boxes looked more like advertisements than food. Bright colors, words like whole grain and fortified. But when I looked closely, many of them were sweetened like candy. Children poured bowls of it every morning, thinking they were eating something good for them. But I noticed how quickly they became hungry again. A bowl of cereal left my stomach empty in an hour. 2 eggs and a slice of toast kept me satisfied until lunchtime. I chose the eggs, not because eggs were fashionable, because they worked. The fifth food I questioned was diet soda. When artificial sweeteners arrived, they were presented as clever solutions. Sweet taste without consequences. But something about that idea felt unnatural to me. Sweetness teaches the body to expect energy. When that energy never arrives, the appetite becomes confused. I watched people drink diet soda all day long and feel hungrier than ever. I preferred water. Water has never needed a marketing campaign. The sixth healthy food I approached carefully was anything labeled superfood. That word appeared many decades after I was born. Suddenly, certain foods were declared miraculous. Eat this berry, eat this seed, eat this powder. Longevity, they said, was hiding in exotic ingredients. But when I looked at the lives of the longest living people I knew, I noticed something else. Their diets were simple: soup, bread, vegetables, eggs, fish. Nothing exotic. No miracle powders. Just food that resembled itself. At 106, I still believe that health comes more from patterns than from individual ingredients. How you eat matters more than what the headlines praise. There's more to this than 6 foods, of course, because avoiding something is only half the story. The other half is what you choose instead. When people hear that I avoided certain healthy foods, they sometimes think I lived with strict rules. I didn't. I lived with attention. That's a very different thing. Attention means noticing how food behaves once it's inside your life. Not just inside your body, inside your habits. Because habits shape health far more than individual meals ever will. The truth is, most of the foods I avoided weren't necessarily evil. They were simply easy to overconsume. And that's where trouble begins. Take fruit juice again. If you squeeze 1 orange and drink it, that's harmless. But when people buy a large carton and pour glass after glass without thinking, sugar quietly accumulates. Excess hides inconvenience. The same was true for low-fat snacks. People believed they were eating responsibly, so they allowed themselves more. 2 cookies instead of 1, a large bowl instead of a small portion. But removing fat did not remove appetite. It only removed satisfaction. I always preferred satisfaction. Satisfaction teaches the body to stop. Artificial foods often do the opposite. They keep you reaching. Another thing I noticed over the decades was how quickly food trends change. One year, eggs were dangerous. The next year, they were praised. Butter was condemned. Then suddenly, chefs celebrated it again. Coffee was blamed for everything, from heart trouble to insomnia. Now doctors say it may help you live longer. I watched these reversals quietly, and they taught me something important. Nutrition science evolves. Certainty often arrives before understanding. That's why I never built my life around trends. I built it around consistency. Simple meals repeated often. Vegetables cooked with care. A modest amount of meat or fish. Bread that came from flour and water, not a laboratory. And most importantly, meals eaten slowly. Eating slowly changes everything. Your body has time to recognize fullness. Your mind has time to enjoy what you're consuming. When food becomes rushed, it becomes invisible. Invisible habits are the ones that cause the most damage. I also paid attention to hunger. Real hunger is patient. It builds gradually. Cravings are different. They arrive suddenly and demand immediate satisfaction. Many of the healthy foods I avoided triggered cravings rather than nourishment. Sweet drinks, sugary cereals, artificial sweeteners. They left the body confused. When the body is confused, it asks for more. Clarity is better. Clarity comes from whole foods. Food that requires chewing. Food that resembles the plant or animal it came from. I am not perfect, of course. I have eaten cake at birthdays, pie at holidays, chocolate when my grandchildren visited. Pleasure has always been welcome at my table, but pleasure was never constant. That's the key difference. If dessert becomes daily, it stops being dessert. If sweetness becomes routine, the body forgets what balance feels like. At 106, my meals are very modest. A bowl of oatmeal in the morning, soup or vegetables in the afternoon, something simple in the evening, nothing dramatic. But this rhythm has been steady for decades, and rhythm is what keeps the body calm. Another thing people overlook is the environment around food. In my younger years, meals were social. Family gathered at a table. Conversation slowed the pace. Phones did not interrupt. Television rarely accompanied dinner. Today, many people eat alone while looking at screens. That changes how much you consume. When your attention is divided, your body loses track of fullness. You eat past satisfaction without noticing. I kept my meals simple and focused. Food deserved attention. Life deserved attention. Even now, I sit at the same small table each morning. The sunlight enters through the window. I take my time. That moment of calm sets the tone for the entire day. Another reason I never trusted certain healthy foods is that they often arrived wrapped in promises. Boost your metabolism, burn fat faster, supercharge your immune system. Food has never worked that way. Health is rarely dramatic. It is cumulative. The body responds to patterns repeated over years. Years become decades. Decades become a lifetime. At 106, I do not believe in miracle foods. I believe in steady habits. The habits that carried me this far were not complicated. Eat when hungry. Stop when satisfied. Prefer real food to engineered substitutes. And most importantly, avoid the temptation to chase perfection. Perfection is exhausting. Balance is sustainable. And sustainability is what allowed my body to keep working long after many of my friends expected it to fail. But there is still one more piece to this story, because food alone did not bring me to 106. The way I lived around food mattered just as much. Food may fill the stomach, but it does not explain a full life. At 106, I can tell you that the way you live around your meals matters just as much as what is on your plate. People often focus on ingredients. I focused on rhythm. Rhythm gives the body stability. For most of my life, I ate 3 meals a day. Not constant snacking, not eating late into the night. Breakfast in the morning, lunch in the afternoon, dinner early in the evening, then the kitchen closed. That simple rhythm allowed my body to rest. Digestion is work. When you eat constantly, your body never finishes that work. It becomes tired. Tired systems age faster. Rest is nourishment too. Another thing I noticed over the decades was how food is tied to emotion. Many people eat when they are anxious, bored, or lonely. Food becomes comfort. Comfort is natural, but when food becomes the answer to every feeling, the body carries the burden. I tried to separate hunger from emotion. If I felt restless, I walked. If I felt sad, I spoke to someone. If I felt bored, I read or worked in the garden. Food remained food, not medicine for feelings. That distinction protected me more than any special ingredient ever could. There is also something important about movement. After meals, I rarely sat down immediately. My mother had a habit of tidying the kitchen slowly after dinner, and I adopted it. Dishes washed, counters wiped, a short walk outside if the weather allowed. Nothing intense, just gentle movement. That small habit helped digestion and kept my body from becoming stiff. Movement does not need to be dramatic to be effective. Consistency matters more than intensity. At my age, I still walk a little every day. Not far, but enough to remind my body that it is still expected to function. Another reason I am still here is that I never tried to make food complicated. Today, people argue about diets endlessly. One group fears carbohydrates, another fears fat, another eliminates entire categories of food. I watch these arguments with quiet amusement because the longest living people I knew did not eat with fear. They ate with balance. Vegetables most days, protein in reasonable portions, bread or grains without guilt, fruit when it was in season, nothing extreme. Extremes are difficult to sustain. When something is difficult to sustain, it rarely lasts long enough to matter. Longevity favors what can be repeated calmly over decades. I also believe gratitude plays a role in health. That may sound unusual in a conversation about food, but it matters. When you approach meals with appreciation rather than anxiety, digestion improves, your body relaxes, your mind slows. Gratitude turns eating into nourishment instead of calculation. Even now, before I begin eating, I pause for a moment. Not a formal prayer, just a quiet recognition that I am fortunate to still be here, to still taste food, to still sit at this table. Those small moments anchor the mind, and a calm mind protects the body. Another lesson I learned over time is that the body does not need perfection. It needs consistency. I did not eat perfectly every day. No one does. But most days, my meals followed a similar pattern. Simple, predictable. That predictability gave my body stability. Health is less like a single decision and more like a long conversation between your habits and your biology. At 106, that conversation has lasted a very long time. And if there is one final thing I would say, it is this: be cautious of anything that promises dramatic results. Real health rarely arrives dramatically. It arrives quietly, through small choices repeated patiently. A glass of water instead of soda. A walk instead of another hour in a chair. A homemade meal instead of a packaged one. Those decisions seem insignificant in a single day, but years are built from days, and lives are built from years. When I look back, I cannot point to one miracle food or one perfect habit. What carried me here was something simpler: I paid attention. I trusted moderation. And I refused to believe that health could be purchased in a bottle, a powder, or a trendy diet. At 106, my appetite is smaller. My steps are slower. But my body still remembers the rhythms it learned decades ago. And that, I believe, is why I am still here. Thank you for watching this video. Click here to watch another video that might interest you.